Hello, my name is Adonis and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a love coming spread for all of my Virgos out there. So this is a love coming spread for all of my Virgos out there for the week of July 28th to August the 3rd. So without any further ado, let's jump right in and see what the cards have to say. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. Show me cards I need to see. Show me cards I need to see for all of my Virgos out there. Show me cards I need to see for all of my Virgos out there. What kind of love is coming towards all of my Virgos out there? What kind of love is coming towards all of my Virgos out there? Okay, let's see. Oh, boy. Okay. Alrighty. So, right off the bat here, okay, we have the Ace of Wands, which is a fire sign individual, which is a Leo, an Aries, or a Sagittarius. Now, this individual is bursting at the seams. It's literally bursting at the seams as far as passion and energy go towards you. There is a lot of passion and a lot of energy and a lot of creative energy coming at you from this individual. Now, this person could be a twin soul flame connection. A twin soul flame connection. And that is important because this person really believes that they are this to you. Like I said, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of passion with this individual. They believe, they're convinced, they're very, very convinced that they're your twin soul flame connection. Now, with that being said, if things don't go their way, if you're not showing them any kind of attention or love whatsoever, you got the Eight of Cups here. They're gonna walk away. They're gonna walk away because it appears it's going to be, what I'm feeling here is that it's going to be too hard for them to be around you. So if they don't get some kind of acknowledgement and at least that, that you're feeling what they're feeling, then they're gonna walk away from the situation. If they work at the same place you're working at, they'll probably leave, find another job. They go to the same bars you go to or hang out at the same parties or something like that. They're probably going to find another bar, another hangout or something like that. So I mean that's where this is at right here. This is like boom. You're the one for me. I want you. If this doesn't pop, I'm done. I'm done. And the reason that they'll be done is we got the Three of Swords here. They're going to feel like they are extraordinarily heartbroken. They're going to feel like they are extraordinarily heartbroken here. They're going to be really, really, really hurt because of possibly a third-party involvement that's going to be waiting on the wings there. So they're going to feel hurt because of a third-party involvement, and in addition to that, you got the Ten of Swords. So not only going to feel heartbroken, they're going to feel like they've been stabbed in the back here. So this is quite possibly an individual that you are aware of, or you should be aware of, that has that really is looking to pursue a relationship with you, like seriously, like for real. It's probably been discussed. This is not something that you would not know about. In other words, this is a person that has made it very clear about how they feel about you and that they want to be with you. And if it doesn't turn out, if it doesn't turn out, to be what they need, to be fruitful either way, then they're just gonna walk away from it. Maybe heartbroken, backstab, and that's it. That's just that. Yeah. And this, so in addition here with that, you have this Queen of Cups individual that's also coming your way. This is a water sign individual, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And this is a person that's looking to be devoted and loyal to you. Definitely to you. They are looking for an equal give and take. You got the Justice card here. So they're looking for an equal give and take in this relationship with you. Because, again, and again, I'm really getting a sense here that you got the 5 of Pentacles here. So this water sign individual is more or less looking to say, listen, if there's not an equal give and take, they're willing also to walk away. I mean, so wow, those are there's a lot of lines in the sand going on here. Honestly, there's a lot of lines in the sand. You have a fire sign individual saying, hey, listen, it's either going to be this or I'm done. And you have a water sign individual basically saying the same thing. So there's a lot of hard lines in the sand here when it comes in terms of relationships. So, and again, I do believe this would be people that you would know. This is not something that would just be, there's definitely been some kind of communication as to what they are feeling about you. Okay, so let's see, what kind of strengths are you working with here? What kind of strengths are you working with? What kind of strengths is my Virgo is going to be dealing with during the week of July 28th into the 3rd? What kind of strengths are my Virgos going to be dealing with? Okay. That makes a little sense. So, my Virgos, virtuous Virgos. So, here we go. Strength. 3 of Swords. So, you are aware, it would seem, that, as seen as a strength here, you are aware that you are going to be, there's a third party situation going on here, as I pretty much spoke on, and you're aware of it. That's your strength. You have the ability, you have the 2 hearts of these people in the palm of your hand, and you are aware of it. That is seen as a strength that you have. So you have the ability to kind of go either way with this situation. Now, in addition, we have the Queen of Cups here. Okay, Queen of Cups energy. You're willing to be loyal and devoted and nurturing to an individual. You are willing to do that. However, you also got the 5 of Wands here as well. And what that 5 of Wands energy tells me is that before you are willing to settle on anything, there's like the conflict and the tension going on. You're like, let's see what happens. In other words, again, this is a general love reading, and those of you who this resonates with will know exactly what I'm talking about. You don't mind seeing the conflict and the tension going on here. You're well aware of what's going on. The conflict, the arguing, the tension going on, and you're like, whatever. That's pretty much what I'm feeling and seeing here, because you got the 9 Pentacles. You're okay with being solidarily happy by yourself. Like, you got these two potentials here, but you're like, you know what? If they don't work out, I'm good. I can still, I love being single. I can still go out there and do me. That's what I'm feeling here. That's what I'm seeing here. In addition, here you got the Ace of Swords. It says you have a removal. You have mental clarity. So this is a conscious decision. This is a conscious decision to let these individuals kind of fight it out, if you will, to see which one is going to be victorious. And I'm not necessarily talking about physical confrontation. However, this is just be like a lot of arguments and disagreements, and, you know, like competing for your affections, you know. This person's buying you this, that person has to one up and then buy you that, and then that person, oh, really, I'm going to take this person out that place. Or really, I'm going to take that person out this place. You know, kind of like that. That's kind of like this competition going on. This heavy competitive competition going on. And you're just kind of sitting back there saying, you know what? Hey, may the best person win. So that's pretty much where you are. But if neither one of them works out, then you're okay being single too. That's interesting. And you're doing it very consciously. Okay? And we got the Devil card here as a strength. And what that tells me is that you do not necessarily want a toxic relationship. And that's pretty much probably what this whole thing is about here. You're like, hey, you know what? I don't want to be who I don't want to be with. I don't want any kind of toxicity in my life. So in your mind, at least anyway, it's like, you know, this particular situation is unhealthy. Now, there's also a flip side of this too. It could be very well that this whole situation is kind of just like toxic, and, you know, maybe you're unaware that it is toxic. It is a strength of yours because you're again, these are strengths. These are not judgment cards. This is just how things are, and this whole situation could potentially just be toxic with these individuals, all of the competition and things like that. And it's a very unhealthy situation for love in general. So it's very an unhealthy situation in general. And that's why the Devil card could be popping out here. But like, listen, this is some unhealthy shit here. You know, someone could really potentially really get hurt. Not only emotionally, but possibly physically, maybe, depending on how crazy things are. Just want to make you aware of that. In addition, we got the King of Swords here. It means, again, you feel as though at least you're making very solid, sound, strong decisions for yourself. Page of Pentacles. Again, you've examined this. You looked at it, and this is the decision you came up with. You're like, well, this is what you decided you want to do. Finally, we have the Knight of Wands here. Knight of Wands energy, very impulsive, fast, passionate energy that you're dealing with here. And there's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of emotion that's taking place. These are all good strengths to have. But I just really want to bring your attention to those, to the Devil card and the Five of Wands once again. Again, there's a lot of competition, healthy competition, to competing for your affections. But just keep in mind, with the Devil card here, you know, this could really prove to be a very unhealthy situation. And it is a strength right now. It's a strength that you have right now because, again, they're competing for you. But at the end of the day, you got two people here that really want to be with you. And they've drawn the line in the sand. And, for all those involved here, you know, it just looks like a really toxic situation, potentially toxic situation that could happen. Now, with that being said, you're happy if you lose them both. You're like, hey, well, hey, listen, it was fun while it lasted. So I'm not telling you nothing you already know anyway. So I just want to put that out there. I suspect you know what you're doing. I'm just calling it like I see it. Okay. So with that being said, Let's see what kind of things could affect the outcome of this situation from the past. What kind of things from the past? Whoa. A little bit too much there. So, what kind of things? What could possibly affect you from the past in this particular situation? What kind of things from the past could possibly affect the outcome of this potential love interest? Okay, so what could affect the outcome of this particular situation? Well, the first thing that could affect the outcome of this, possibly, High Priestess, intuition. If either one of these individuals, if it gets to the sense that pretty much realize what's going on here, with these particular situations, you know, using their intuition to figure out, hey, their two ends are being played against the middle here. That could definitely affect the outcome of the situation, where they could just both say, hey, forget it, we're out. So that's definitely could affect the outcome of the situation, for sure, on their part. But on the flip side of that, for your part, you got the Six of Wands here. Well, before in the past, possibly you went through some things, which it looks like you probably, I'm getting the sense you probably did. And that's why with the Six of Wands, you're like, you want to recognize victory at all cost. You're like, I don't care what the cost is. I want to win. I want to be sought after. I want to be the apple of someone's eye. I want people to work for me. I'm worth it. I'm worth it. I'm worth fighting for. Let's see what these individuals are willing to do to win my affection. That's pretty much what it is. And so with that being said here, now the funny enough, the one thing that could change the outcome of this whole thing is you got the Six of Cups here. So if someone from your past comes into the situation that you still have some kind of feelings for, an attachment to, then this whole thing will change automatically, because that other person will supersede anything that these other people feel for you, and you'll be willing to, again, since you're willing to be by yourself anyway, you'll be willing to put all this aside and move on with that other individual. Wow. So, with that being said, let's break this baby down and let's see what the spirits have to say about this. Do the spirits have any additional information that they like to bestow upon you? What kind of additional information would the spirits like to bestow upon you before I shut this down? Okay, let's see here. Well, okay. So, first card off the back is fragments. Fragments. Basically, be very careful about leaving people fragmented versions of themselves through this whole big chaotic thing here. That's one thing that you want to be very much aware of. You don't want to intentionally hurt anyone and leave them fragmented, leaving them in pieces. And that there is definitely the potential with this particular situation here, for sure. In addition here, we have influence. You know, it seems as though right now you have the power to influence the outcome of this situation, and that's exactly what you seem to be doing here. And I guess Spirit wants to make you aware that, you know, sometimes having influence on the situation is good, sometimes not so good, because you can influence people to do the wrong thing. Even if it's meant to be doing the wrong thing for the right reason, you just need to be aware of it. And so, you know, just be careful. Perception. Sometimes the way that people perceive a certain thing, no matter what their reasoning may be, it may be the wrong perception. Quite possibly you've dealt with some things in the past, and like I said, now you want people to fight, you know, not so much, I don't want to say that, but that's what it is. But you want people to compete for your affections. So your perception is, hey, no, as long as no one gets hurt. And again, that's your perception of the situation, because they could very much be getting hurt. Just saying. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to shut this bad boy down. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. If this resonated with you, please feel free to get a personal reading. I would very much like to dig a little further in this to see how this thing works out. And if it doesn't resonate with you, hey, just get a reading anyway to kind of see, we can concentrate on your personal situation. With that being said, please like, share, subscribe. See you next time. I'm Adonis. Bye-bye.